Periva Sharanam, Deivathin Kural, Book 6. Ambaal worship yields all results. At the end of shlokas and stotras, traditionally there is a portion devoted for what is called Phalashruti, that lists out the advantages of chanting those shlokas. Acharya is an epitome of humility. So at the end of the Soundarya Lahari, he wishes to convey that this is not some achievement of his own, but it is the grace of Ambal that has called him to write, and that is how he has sung the 100th shloka. In the shloka prior to the 100th, that is in the 99th shloka, Acharya has written a sort of a Phalashruti, though not exactly one. Though it is Ambal making him write, he knew that the world would call him the author, attributing authorship to him. So, to talk about the gains of chanting those shlokas would sound as though he is blowing his own trumpet. That was a sort of prudent and circumspect attitude of his. The very set of shlokas known as Soundarya Lahari were composed and written with the intention of inducing people to take up Ambal's upasana. So instead of talking about what one stands to gain by chanting these shlokas, he has talked about the values of Ambal's upasana. Thus, in shloka 99, he tells Ambal, the devotee who does your upasana, Tvat Bhajanavan, gains the following benefits. If you look a little closely, to read through Soundarya Lahari itself is to think of Ambal, to delve deeply in her greatness and merge oneself in the idea, value, and the very being of what is Ambal. I wonder if any other method like puja, japa, or dhyana, or whatever can be as useful. To be in exclusive cogitation, meditation, and contemplation of and about Ambal is her upasana. What else? One more idea occurs to me. The first part of the 41 shlokas of Soundarya Lahari are her mantra and tantra form. The second part of 59 shlokas are all descriptions of her beauty. Thus, the very Soundarya Lahari Stotram is Ambal's Swarupa. Reading, absorbing, understanding, comprehending, analyzing the word-to-word meaning and chanting of these 100 shlokas is Ambal's upasana and meditation. So the one doing its parayanam is her bhajanavan, isn't it? Okay, now if someone were to ask me as to what are the gains or advantages of being a devotee of Ambal, I have to reply by asking a counter question. What is that we do not get from doing her upasana? She's the one who sanctions both these worldly benefits as well as the inner spiritual well-being and growth. What is there in these worldly benefits where everything is fleetingly transient, where one moment it feels like we are on top of the world and the next moment we feel down in the dumps? Let Jnanis and great Mahatmas keep saying that, and let it also be the end point for us also. But do we have the maturity for such conviction just now? Or by just saying Chu Mantra Kali, Abracadabra, and such like, we suddenly magically become all aware and attain maturity? Slowly but surely and gradually, let us progress, believing and trusting in Ambal, instead of getting mired more and more in the affairs of this world. We are now like a tiny small mango on the tree. If we take a bite of that mango, we will spit it out in disgust, as it is very bitter. But as it grows on the tree, it becomes bland, then sour, and then becomes a big reddish yellow, sweet and invitingly fragrant fruit. Isn't it? So let us grow with nature like that and become ripe enough to disconnect from the tree automatically. After all, it is Ambal who has got us involved in this worldly drama, which she only designed, and she alone is directing our participation in the drama as well. Would she then allow us to get through that easily? She would not, except if we stick to her feet with absolute faith, and devotion. It is at this stage that we can be encouraged by the statement that she is the one who gives all this, worldly as well as our inner and intrinsic betterment. And that is how our Acharya is propping us up. If he stops at saying that she is the Moksha Pradayini only, nobody will care to take up her upasana. All the worldly benefits can be covered under 4 heads. Arivu, that is knowledge, Aishwaryam, that is wealth, Alagu, that is beauty, both physical and inherent, and Ayul, that is long life. Knowledge is had by education. So it is related to Vidyadayini, Saraswati, who is the goddess of learning. Here Ambal gives all these benefits and more. Lakshmi and Saraswati are said to be standing on either side of Ambal as maids waving the ceremonial fan Chamara. As Lalita Sahasranama says, Sachamara Ramavani Sabya Dakshana Sevita. So it is but natural that her devotees get the grace of Lakshmi and Saraswati aplenty. Your devotee, though originally with all attachments to things and people, when he continues doing your upasana with complete devotion, attains Chiranjivitvam, immortality. He starts dropping those attachments and thrives in the highest thrill of Brahmanandam, of oneness. She causes him to become one with herself as a result of his devotion. It is this Shakti who pushed him into duality from Advaitam through the process of evolution. Only she can pull him back onto oneness through involution, which is an absolute prerogative of hers. She does that to the one who adores her as the only resort. Periva Sharanam.